Boards, sa inyong mga nakita ron, di ami sa Copenhagen, sa New Hound, kami mag Canal tour. O, dana si Super Pere, hinabot na. Talagang trip kita, sakay na. O, agamo dire. Nagko na po, makipag-abot ni, gikan na sipit. Gikan na sipit niyo. Oh, so nga mo ni kanapon mi. Ni larga na mi. Oh. Tambay lang sa mudiha kani area na mi. Mate hangin mo be, ay kumpiyansa kay mugno. Hangin. Okay. Lagi na atras na mi. Oh, welcome on board daw sa yang kuan. Oh, nibukaw na oh. Lat si jang ite. Oh. Hard starboard. Oh, nag hard starboard na. Oh. Stop engine. Oh, gamitin bow thruster. Oh, bukaw na po ano. So, dahil lang sa mo boards, kay mag-tour ta. Kuyog ta sa tour. So, aron makakita mo sa nice view. Okay? Ano yung nakita di haron? Dili na sa New Hound. Oh. Kadang okay na may kuan.
Your fingers will not survive. So keep your hands away in general. Just in general, also stay inside the ropes. And smoking.
Oh.
Not allowed, guys. I'm sorry.
Smoking's not allowed. So, larga na mi. Oh, sa inyo nakita diha. Dapat bagong ngabot yung kaspa, no? Kagayan di oro.
Okay, and now we can find
Okay.
your proper welcome and introduction. So let's introduce the crew.
Oh, tanawan ninyo ni. Human na gyud ni tanaw kay aron makakita mo. O mo ni lang kan dire.
Very pretty. Eric.
Oh.
So hi, Captain out there in front all the way.
So makita mo.
He's waving.
Human na gyud tanaw ninyo kay.
Now this man with the plan.
Oh, ni ilang iconic nga place din sa Denmark.
My name is Isabella.
O itong ilibot o gamay para makakita mo sa palibot o gun sa gini. Aron bisa ko makangari Denmark at least nakita mo. O gaga ba akong video para ninyo.
So buckle in for this.
Oh,
And before
ne.
you guys realize
Yeah.
just how funny I am. You
Pinay
guys
bridge
and I,
ba?
in order to
Oh.
survive, now we have to sit down because in front of us we
Oh,
have
ito
the
iubusan ni kay
first
na
and
bridge.
lowest bridge of the tour,
Oh.
the Newhouse Bridge.
So dahil lang mo ko. O dahil lang paano?
Mind your head.
Magitag tunnel.
Thank you. For that camera in
So-
the back, just yeah, perfect. Little
Oh.
thumbs up came up in the air. You can wave to all
Oh.
my fans up here on the bridge. Hi fans.
Oh, hi fans. Hi fans. Oh, sunan na yo. Hi nay. Di lagi.
Okay.
Lanjut ora.
One bridge down, 14 more to go. Now we're sailing now of the Newfound Forest.
Alright. Alright. Balik na mo tagtaas. So, okay.
Out there, a big square in the back down there, and
Oh.
the whole street once were a place for these murky brown sailors, pups and holes. And
Sa una bi naman ay headset sila.
we have changed just a little bit. And of course, with
Matibugno kay makangin, no?
the only thing that actually shows up are these
Oh, dara sa mo kay aron makita mo
There are much
view.
more than just those, but if you haven't had your fair share of Instagram photos taken here, perhaps you're really good at Copenhagen.
Oh.
So remember to do that. It's important.
Alright.
But let's head out of here and officially show you guys all the action of Copenhagen's harbor.
Kay tulay diri board sakita niyo ng mga tulay diri puro na nagi-bike.
And put people on the inside. You have probably realized you can open and close the windows just as we.
So sa likod, sa likod. Oh.
Straight over to the left-hand side, we have a building with a big brown box on top and windows wrapping all around it. This is the
Correct.
Royal Danish Playhouse. a building from 2008, and the first play they ended up having here was a famous
2008 din eh.
Shakespeare known as Hamlet. Because after all, the play Hamlet actually takes place in Denmark in a castle just north of here, Cornwall Castle. And in Hamlet, there's a few sentences that everyone seems to know. One of them is, "There's something rotten in Denmark." And another one is,
Okay.
"To be or not to
Yung makita
be."
din eh, na yung
But
mga
since you're in Denmark,
building
we
din eh.
say 2 beers or not 2 beers? That's the question. And the architect for this building is Lundgaard Strandberg. And then in front of it, over to the other side, we have this construction site here. We're going to talk way more about that later. You will realize
Construction
just how
site?
much I hate it. That's a cool one. But it is actually on an artificially made island. So this is the very beginning of an area called Holmen, which we're going to be passing by for quite a while. It starts here, and then 4 more islands down, all the way to the edge of the waterfront. And this was where we had the big Danish military,
Nice
the
photo.
navy, and everything in Denmark. So it was the biggest workplace of the country at the time. A lot
Be,
of the buildings
do naman to ko ang bitaw, ah.
our heritage protected.
Ano ato pa ba na?
That's sort of what you can take over
Ato ba itong murag
one of
chapel?
the things
Ito?
that's not from the Navy
Oo, wala.
time, of course, is
Ito ni
this
Sir Tabang
building
Adakag.
on the right-hand side, this big grand one. That is
Big round one.
Copenhagen Opera House.
Ah, mo nilang
Now,
Opera
the
House eh.
building here was gifted to the Danish
Copenhagen
people for the
Opera
container
House.
shipping line.
Opera?
It's in 2005. designed
Opera de Bruges,
by the
de
architect
Cupra.
Penny Larsen.
Sakdan na nung ko Cupra. Opera,
Inside
opera.
we have 14 floors. There are 2 auditoriums. The biggest one can seat 1,700 people at once. And now to some fun facts. Every 3rd summer, the whole building is hijacked during the week, or during 1 week during the summertime, by the company Red Bull. Now you can already start to wonder what happened.
Nice pinang lugar
So
are.
they took one good look at the opera house and thought, this is the perfect place to have a clip
Yung Opera House nila na sa tungto oh.
During that time, you'll see people jumping from the roof of the opera house into
Kare,
the water.
Opera House nila nila.
And
Dako po.
27 meters or 89
Siyang dagat karon medyo delikado gubot.
videos on YouTube because it is as crazy as that. So now you guys know that as well. The next thing is also going to be on the right-hand side, but way further out in the distance. You can see this metal building with the big smoking chimney on top. That is a power plant.
Saan na?
We call it
Metal
Open
building
Hill.
sa-
Mao na katong
This
bukid-bukid.
power plant here is one of the most
Mao na. Mao na katong bukid-bukid nga artificial nga
and effective at
Kanila ba?
what it's designed to do
Oh, muna.
to burn trash. We ran into a problem though.
Doon, dire.
It doesn't matter how much trash we have here.
Kanila
in
yung gapuot
Denmark,
mo, gana.
We don't have enough to actually make it work all the time. So,
Mura na siya og nay murag
our
para
solution is
usosan
we
diha.
have big trucks driving in, filled to the rim with trash from all over Europe, especially from Sweden, Germany, Italy, and Spain. You're welcome. And then it gets burned here, and it creates electricity and heating.
Bugnaw sa hangin, eh?
It's super great. Even the smoke coming up out there is actually just steam.
Alright.
If you poke your head into it, nothing will happen to you. So it's much more than just a power plant, of course, because we can't just have one thing be one thing in Denmark. So up on top where there's
Bawal
a
yung
Christmas
atong
tree,
sakyan mga dito kay kana para nas mga
nice cafe with really expensive olives and overpriced
Navy Force nga.
and
May barko
another
pang
thing,
Navy
because
dyan.
there's more. Next to the chimney, you can see this thing on the wall. That's Europe's tallest climbing wall.
No, immerse na
There's
bila.
more. There's also several stairs and high features leading up to the bottom of the building, wrapping all around.
Nice
the
feeling ko na rin.
so you can go through that. And there's
Di sa matagalakaw biya.
you can go ski down the ski hill that we put on top because they're quite literally flat as a pancake, as you can see. So that is on the top 5 holes for you get to experience
Mo to
in
ni-
the country.
Mo to is kuan mi? Ito na yung bato. Oh. Unahan pa.
Alright, now to the area down here along the water, you can see we have passed the orange plastic balls. That is the remaining of the military area in the city center. We call it Battery 60s. So Battery 60s
militar.
is today used majorly for just a leisure place. People go for walks out here and they visit museums. For example, the big black submarine down there is a museum. And the big gray warship with F352 on the side of it is also a museum. This ship, however, is the frigate Peter Scram. It was used
Indo,
for
tapos ang
war
lugar eh,
as a
Indo,
Danish
gid.
flagship from 1966 to 1988. And I know we don't have any Danish people on board, so they couldn't approve this or confirm. But Nationally, this ship is known for the accident that it caused back in 1982 because we had taken it back in the Cold War. We were doing maintenance and taking
cruise
out
ship, yeah.
equipment on a shipyard away from the city. a
Wala
little bit
siguro
more.
manukad og sa cruise ship.
And during that testing, we clicked all the buttons. We tried all the things. And during that testing, we clicked the wrong button. It wasn't supposed to be activated, but it was activated. And we fired off a 200 kilo angry missile with no coordinates. No clue knowing where it was
Navy
from.
ship.
So of course panic erupted. We started evacuating people living along the waterside on this side of the country. We also gave Sweden a call because they're just next by and that we might have something coming their way. And then 7 minutes after it was fired, it hit in an area just north of the city full of summer houses. 130 summer houses that day completely damaged or destroyed. 4 of them were literally ripped by the ground. There was no evidence of the house. And it was in the month of September, meaning that's cold. No one wanted to be in a summer house during September, so no one, not a single soul was in the whole entire area. No one got injured.
Tapos ka dyan nangaligo, grabe, mabubugnawin, no?
And officially, this ship here is now moving
Grabe na. Nangaligo, wah.
Next thing coming up, I know you guys are going to be looking.
Doon na
I'm actually
kabuok.
not allowed to
Ang
talk
usa ni
about it,
dive
but
na.
if you doubt, if we're still Vikings, you can obviously tell we are still Vikings.
Matugnaw mo. Asa?
And now I can tell.
Tubig yun, tubig.
So the next thing coming up, you can see the raw industrial area called the Rescale Island out here. The big gray buildings, for example. The Danish name is the Rescale, and as it's spelled up there. We also call it Rappen for slang because that's what cool to say. Out here on the island below is where
Kapag ginaligo na itong nabugnaw mo panahon.
So for example, in 2014, we were the host of the Eurovision Song Contest. And we turned it into the Eurovision Island. That was really fun. And every summer you can join the street festival, Distortion. We have a lot of raves out here as well. You can join the annual hard rock metal festival, Copenhagen. And you can see the city's biggest street food market over there with the light shining a little bit. I think it's open for just a few more days before we close it down because maybe it's cold. And this is the place to go if you're an adrenaline junkie. Because on this island you can go play paintball, you can do bouldering, or you can head out to that crane up there, the black and white one. That is for the real tough ones. This crane is a bungee jump crane. The jump itself, from the very top down to the water, 69 meters. I don't know who picked the number, but someone did. And when they opened up, they had to create some traffic. No one knew about this place, so of course, what can we do to make people know about it? So they came up with an offer. If you came brave and butt naked, they would grant the jump complete. But one thing I haven't been able to share with you guys is in Copenhagen city center, we have 5 nudist beaches. Danish people and nakedness does go hand in hand. So that morning, a huge snake-like wrapping around the whole entire island started queuing up. And someone called the police. The police showed up. They deemed it unsafe for some reason. And the offer were to be cut off again immediately. But that's very sad and disappointing, right? So I went to Google.
Nananig ko na diba?
Ooh!
Oh, medyo maulan. Maulan, maalon.
This next thing, I've got to have some energy back into you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, you're about to witness the 7 wonders of the world combined into one. They're the most photographed woman in all of Denmark, and no, it's not me. Get ready, cameras up, expectations down. Coming up to the right hand side, we have the Little Mermaid from Hans Christian.
Little Mermaid.
Fairy tale.
Ano ba ito lingkod?
I hope you guys have a good zoom on your cameras as well. You see all those people up there, man, that's Homeland Security. We're making sure she is safe and sound. So this lovely little lady has been sitting on her rock out here since 1913, and she was a gift from the Carlsberg Brewery. So yay beer! And she's done by the sculpture in the accent. We have been here already for approximately 1 minute. That means you have spent 60 seconds of your life now looking at one of the most disappointing attractions in the world. In case you didn't know. She is on the list. She is the second most disappointing attraction in the world. Only outdone by a little boy in Brussels being called the mannequin piss. And then the mermaid, because people consider her too small. But what did you guys expect? It's the Little Mermaid. It couldn't be simpler than that. The Danes love her. We're very proud to have such an iconic
Kita mo,
fairy tale
katapa, kaya
being
na lingkod
from
grade.
Denmark.
Dili na di mo
So,
ka maka-dool kayo,
some
no?
people,
Ano ra?
however,
Di na.
find her to be quite the thing if you want to piss off the Danish
Oh.
people, you vandalize her. She has been vandalized so
Di,
much
sarap itong kwanto,
again
ah.
and again. Once in the middle of the night,
Babaw
someone came
bitaw.
along with a saw and sawed off her arm. It was never found again. It was never real.
Bignaw
And
ba?
then twice the
Ha?
same thing happened. This time it was her arm. It was her head. She was decapitated, left there with
Sabi sa akin,
nothing to do.
kang kay Bugnaw.
And
Magkang ka.
one of the heads
Magbonus
was
ka.
found again. The first one that got sawn off. It was found in a locker room at the central station. If you've been down here,
Okay,
there is
bonus
this
ka.
place where you can put all the suitcases that you're going around.
No.
Yeah, the head was in there. And then the second time we lost it, it was the opposite. So there is a head laying around somewhere. And then it's been covered in paint again and again and again. But every time
Camila.
we rescue her, we push her up again so she continues to work.
Bunit kay Bugnaw. Naghangin eh.
And
Kami
with
Bugnaw
an
mamon.
exclusive English tour now to my favorite story about her, which is
So,
this
kita
one
naman sa Terminal, more po.
and I never get to share it. So buckle in. But in 2010, I know it's a while back, but in 2010,
balik
there
naman
was
tayo
a
rin.
huge world exhibition happening in China, in Shanghai. And the Chinese people gave us a call and asked, do you think we can have mermaids be like the main attraction to the summit? And we said yes. So we put her and her rocks in a shipping container, shipped her all the way